it's good to get our first district win. Brownsville Lopez is going through a coaching change. They have a new coaching staff this year. So they've been struggling. But coming from us, we needed our kids to play. We've been fortunate enough to be in games where we go up, so we pull our starters out. But once we start getting into, like this week's game, these kids need to be conditioned enough to play a full 4 quarters, possibly in overtime if need be. So that was one of the things that I met with the coaching staff is like, we're going to keep our starters in. But then, we started to score, and we need to get our second team in. Those kids practice also, you know what I mean? So let's get them some reps just in case some kids go down, we feel confident to put them in. So that's what we did. And then we went with a third group as well, and fortunately they were able to move the ball. But after a while, it's one of those things, our kids are competitive and they want to go at it. And, you take the time as a coach to teach them a moment and say, we want to win, but we want to win with class. And at this point, we don't need to score anymore. It's one of those things. And then our kids understood. They knew once we told them, like, hey, we're gonna let up, and it's one of those things that we never teach to let up. So at first, you just have to explain to them why. This morning, we talked to them this morning before our morning practice, and we just let them know that, hey, we need to keep working, we need to keep grinding. 5-0 is awesome, but that's not for us. That's for the fans and your family and your parents, and for the news people to kind of rank us somewhere if they are. But for us, it's 1-0. Every week is 1-0. Let's win this week, and everything else we'll worry about at the end of the season. And we just, we have to stay on them. If they're practicing, and they're not going 100 miles an hour, it is our job as coaches to get them motivated. This week we have a tough game ahead of us, so I think they came in motivated, self-motivated to try to get better. And that's what I tell them, is we just got to get better. Every day our practice has to elevate, because we're going to be in some tough games down the road, so especially starting with this week. We're kind of excited. We have a sophomore running back, Ethan Gutierrez. He runs tough. He runs downhill. He's got good vision. And actually the coaching staff and I over the weekend were like, man, he ran really well. And he's been doing very well. He gets in most games, but we feel like he's going to be a guy that can help our teammate progress in the future. Like I say, he's a sophomore. He's young. He's hungry. He works very hard. And we have sophomores in our lineup already as it is. Xavier Rodriguez is one, and he scores. He's got speed. He's a speedy guy, and he has the ability to score from anywhere. You got guys like Dallas Zuniga, Marcus Mata, those type of kids that are explosive, and they're young guys. So we're excited for the future, and those kids are getting reps now, so it's good. Our defense plays extremely well, and I don't think they get enough credit because of the amount of points we've been scoring. And like I tell our coaching staff and their kids, the news people are going to show the highlights of touchdowns, but a lot of times they don't get we stopped them, they're not getting any yardage on us. And the only reason our offense has the ability to score is because the defense stops other people. We get the ball, we create turnovers, then our offense gets out there and they do what they do. But you got guys like Matt Lopez, who's been a 3-year starter. He's an outside linebacker for us. That kid's special. We kind of say he's a dog, you know what I mean? And he gets after it, and he ain't afraid to hit anybody. Every once in a while, we'll throw him in on offense as well. But they also, a lot of our, and what people don't realize is that our special team is made up of our defense. They anchor our D-line, and like I said, they don't get enough credit as far as the media. They don't show many highlights, but without those guys, our offense doesn't get the ball. As I tell our offense, you guys are going up against one of the best defenses in South Texas every day. This is why our offense play has elevated, because you go up against guys that And our second group defense, guys like Manny Moreno, he can rotate on the first group, and he'd probably start anywhere in another school. So our depth at the D line, our depth of the linebackers, guys like Isaiah Gaiona, who was here last year, he's a junior this year. Those guys give us the ability to play sound defense, and we can mix it up too. Without that defense, our offense doesn't have the ball. If so-and-so goes down, you have to be able to step in, and there's not a drop-off. Because we're going to play some good offenses. This week, Brownsville Veterans has a good offense, and they've been putting up points as well. So it's going to be a big test for our defense. And luckily, we have guys that we feel comfortable rotating in and out. Give some of our D linemen a down or two to get some water, and then boom, get back in there. So our defense, we have guys that can play different positions. So the community of Donna is, if ever we needed to hold a rope as a community, it's going to be this game, because this game is going to be a true test for the Donna Redskins, offensively and defensively. Special team. Every phase of the game is going to be a test for us. So I know, it's an hour and 10-minute drive to Brownsville Veterans Early College High School. But we asked the fans to hold the rope, and we need them this week. We want to see the stands packed. We want to see the parents out there just cheering for their boys, because we're going to need it. And when we get in a third down situation that our defense is on the field, we're going to need their help, because they have home field advantage, and it's at their home high school stadium. So we are going to need all the help we can get. The football players, the football coaches, the coaching staff, the training staff, we're all going to do our job this week to try to prepare for Friday. Our job, and that I ask the community of Donna, is to come help support us and hold the rope along with us.